Good morning out there, in there, in here, out here. Now we're ready to go. Y'all should come over and have a cup of my coffee. Wouldn't we like that? Yeah. So welcome to the Sentimentalist. Hi, Mark. Whew. Sentimentalist is wiped out. What a week. What a week. I have a one-on-one too coming up. Move this wire a little bit. Hear the cat? Boom. I'm here with Vivi. Yes, I am. We've had our walk. She had a short walk today. See, I want to keep things inane because I'm afraid we're just too concerned and too many things. Even if we're going to get him, the orange monster. We're going to get him. Boy, I hope in the end Joe looks like one of the finest presidents of all time. He's had to overcome. Come on. Think about all he's overcome and how dismissed he's been. We won't talk politics. Except in that sweet way, right? Yeah. The bad guys are starting to look better. Julie's laughing. We don't know why. What's Julie laughing about? Oh, I'm not to slurp. Let's try it again. Pretty good. I got thumbs up on that. The slurp comes across pretty strong. That's inane. What a week. Fire whistle going off or something outside. Can you hear it? Oh, what a week. Well, I said what a week. My ongoing workshop met on Tuesday night. Holy cow. They really are with each other. Now, this is on Zoom. And there's, I know it's hard for some people to make Zoom disappear, but these folks, it's like they're all just sitting right here, reading these beautiful, stunning poems and talking about important things. I read a wonderful piece in Vox Populi by Baron Wormser, W-O-R-M-S-E-R, Vox Populi, if you want to find it. It's not a 5-minute read, but it's so interesting how he takes technology and poetry, because he's a poet and a fiction writer, blah blah blah, and but he talks about he doesn't make it an argument or a fight, this versus that, not at all. Just a cautionary kind of tale about being careful at what you could lose. And he doesn't call poetry the result of writing a poem. And boy, do I love that. He talks about it as a way of being, as a sensibility, as a way of seeing things and being in the world and looking at this and, looking at this mug and remembering grandma, or this one and remembering this good girl over here. Have you said good morning? Have you? Okay. And so that was Tuesday night, and that, if that wasn't enough, I needed a week and a half to recover from that. I'm now not going to slurp. Listen for the slurp. Thumbs up from Julie. And she has a headache, and she's setting this up. Come on. I am a lucky guy. Every day. Okay, and then last night we had the reading at the Red Dock. Beautiful weather, breeze off the harbor. Everybody sitting around, talking, chatting, coming close to each other, caring, laughing, and I don't know how, I want to go through and thank each person who was there. And to read with Kathleen Markland, holy cow. She was just melted their hearts. She was so good. She read so beautifully and quietly and calmly, and it was something. It was really something. And if you're out there and you were there, thank you so much. Holy cow. We really want it to be the way the art should be, and it's for you. And it's really hard when you're up there because it looks like you're getting attention, but you're really trying not. You're trying to give attention, and it's a tricky business. So just thank you, all the people. Holy cow, all the way down to the end of the pier, around the corner, and to know them and to see them. And then I just always feel kind of, not bad, but I wish I could have gotten around to see this person. Student I hadn't seen in 20 years, that kind of thing. Come on. And the poem I'm going to read today is called Because of William Stafford. And I told this story so if you're out there, you'll hear it again. But he was a mentor, as they say. And it was so fun because one time he was he was fierce about what he cared about. Not fierce mean, just steady. And he was, in some ways, I called him a redemptionist, because he would turn something that some might be upset about into something good. Our daughter did that. She still does. When she was 6 years old, we were up at the lake with Julie's parents, and it was raining, and she said, a lot of things depend on where you put your butt. And we said, what? Oh, goodness, what's this going to be? And she said, what do you mean by that, Mimi? And she said, well, people will say, I wanted to go to the beach today, but it's raining. And I don't think that's a good idea. I think it's a good idea to say, oh, it's raining, but I can curl up in a chair and read. Yeah, that's pretty important. So anyway, Stafford was like that. And we were down at the beach one day, and he'd never seen the Lake Michigan from up here. And we were standing along the shoreline, and fog never comes in, hardly ever. And this day it came in, and we could not see the water. Our toes were in the water, and we still couldn't see it. And of course, I'm the host, so I feel really bad. And he turns to me and he says, well, I'll bet not too many people have not seen this before. And then his eyebrows went up and down like this. He always did that. And I told the story last night about when he was on this big panel of big deal people, and they were all talking about what it takes to write a poem. I mean, you got to do this, and you have to harness yourself to the chair, and you have to work, and you have to know your stuff, and you have to do this. And then he was last at the end of the table. And they said, well, how about you, Bill? And he said, I don't really understand. I wrote 4 poems walking over here today. Wow. And there must have been, I don't know what, Julie, 500 people in that audience. It was so great. And of course, that's my belief. I just want it for everybody. We got to get the arts out from being specialists. The indigenous people, everybody makes pots. Everybody paints. I'm not going to slurp. There you go. So anyway, all my life in college teaching, it was, I'm no good, I'm no good, I'm no good. They never said that when they were 4 or 5. They never said that until they started to get evaluated, a culture of evaluation. Go through your day and see how many times you hear evaluating. Was the movie any good? Who cares? Jeez. I don't. So, let's finish up with a poem for Bill Stafford, William Stafford. It's called Because of William Stafford. I walked to the river. It didn't say a word. I walked into the river. It moved on by. I walked to the old oak. Didn't say a word. I sat under its old branches. See you, Viv. The leaves fell around me. I walked to the robin's nest. It didn't say a word. I watched the mother fly to a near branch. Small heads rose. I walked through the meadow. It didn't say a word. I stood amid the wildflowers. They waved in the wind. I listened to the wind. It never said a word. I felt it cross my face. It was gone, and then there, and then gone. Be kind. Try to be cheerful and sentimental. Take care.